happy to have received this Makita AS180D made in China. I bought this directly from Japan. It took a week for it to arrive. Paid a high price for it, about $255. Announced January of this year, 2023. It will replace this DataVac Dustbuster by Metro, which I've had since 2012. It's what I use to dust out my computer, dust out my keyboard, all my gear and electronics. This one promises to be up to 4 times more powerful a duster than that one. I first saw reports on this at various forums after the 40 volt version was announced in Japan. Now this is the 40 volt version. This one was announced, has been around since 2021. Model number for the Japan and Pacific Overseas version is the AS001G. It states in Japanese that kinetics are identical compared to this one. The Japanese version of this one is the model I got, AS180D. For instance, the model for the AS001G is available in Japan, can be purchased on Amazon or HomeDepot as a model GSA01Z for $179. You can purchase that model for a few dollar savings from Japan on eBay for $174 from a good reputable seller. And the GSA01Z is the AS001G in Japan, the 40 volt max. So this version in Japan sells for around that price. But actually here it says, 40,000 yen, which is more like $308. So this version, as described in October 2001, comes with a 4 amp hour battery. And the problem with the 40 amp version, although it works very well, as good as this one, uses those very robust 40 volt batteries, which are quite expensive currently. If you want to buy 2 of them from Amazon, which is probably one of the few reputable places where you can buy the OEM Makita battery, it's going to cost you $235 plus tax. To get the 40 amp charger from Amazon, you're going to be paying $109 plus tax. On eBay, you could buy it direct from Japan for about $84, but as you can see, you have to pay about $350 for a battery, two 4 amp batteries and a charger, if you don't have any 4 amp battery systems, which I don't. I think most homeowners use the 18 volt system, and most homeowners haven't converted over to the 40 volt version yet, because most homeowners don't need that amount of power voltage for their work. On the YouTube website, this tool is just absolutely fantastic. You can see what they show, what types of things you can use this for. The specs are just amazing. 163 meters per second to 200 meters per second. So as you can see, there's multiple uses. The 163 to 200 meters per second is the equivalent of 365 to 447 miles per hour power. So this little compact unit has the equivalent blowing power of my huge Makita XBU02 blower, which does 120 miles per hour and 473 CFM. In terms of CFM, I'm not sure how they're calculating or how they're measuring it. There's a posted online conversion factor which doesn't make any sense. My DataVac, my 10-year-old DataVac states that it has a 70 CFM, which is more than twice the 39 or almost twice the 39 CFM that these units are posted at. But by just demonstrated usage, I can show you that my new Makita is many times the power and force of the DataVac duster. I'm not sure how all those measurements were made. I don't think there's a standardized way to measure the CFM and miles per hour on these blowers. I think that's the major issue. All I can tell you is that in real use, this Makita unit is a powerhouse, and it's nothing like the Metro DataVac duster in terms of power and usage. So one of the early reviews that I saw, or demonstrations that I saw for this unit, besides this Makita website that I just showed you, Aussie guy, yeah, this guy right here, tools and stuff.
Presumably the 40 volt blows harder, right? But the rumors are
he did a series of
identical. That they
outstanding
put out the same volume, put out the same speed.
discussions and demonstrations of these units. And he shows how the 18 volt unit with a 5 amp hour battery is the equivalent of the 40 volt 2.5 amp hour battery in terms of duration of use, power, apparent blowing force, the runtime on the batteries, and all kinds of things. And he furthermore demonstrates just as the Makita marketing thing shows, is more than useful. And he has, he shows the Ryobi 1 unit, and in the video that he posted comparing the Makita with that one, he shows how the Ryobi units are absolute garbage in terms of usability power, even though it is quite a bit smaller. I wonder if that Makita 1 is about the equivalent of my old 10-year-old DataVac duster, based on his demonstrations. This unit, up to 200 meters per second, up to 447 miles per hour blowing force, to use as homeowners 18 volt batteries. I have multiples of these. I have 4 of the 5 amp hour batteries, which is quite a bit heavier and bigger than this one. This one is more than adequate, 3/4 full. The mode, so that's full, 1, 2, 3. So there are 4 digital levels of power speeds. So it came with multiple nozzles, including this computer sweep out capable thing. It's just a matter of squeezing this thing down, plugging it in, and it clamps in like that. As you can see, there's a LED light, fairly powerful, that's on it. And then it's got this lock right there so that it doesn't get jostled on. And so that's unlocked. This little button is a continuous on button. So after you press this down, if you push this in, it's a continuous thing. But I'm going to just use that on a transient right now. So this is at the lowest power. And this is at the highest power. At the highest power, the force coming out of this is almost nearly the equal of one of those blower bottles that you might have. So this is very much the equivalent of that, though hard to measure. So these other nozzles for various situations, like this one is like a blower sprayer nozzle. It might be useful to do like a wide area. And kind of doubling the usefulness of these units is that it came with this vacuum attachment. So unlike my Metro DataVac, you can pull out this rear. You can twist that vacuum attachment on. Let's try this one. And it clamps on at the tip, thing on into that U slot, and then it just clamps on there. But I can So basically this thing can blow and suck in that way. But in this area here it will get very filthy. As far as comparisons, that tissue paper from here, from this distance here, That's the data vac with a mode set at 4. This is my Makita AS180D. This thing So this thing is actually extremely useful and highly recommended. At $109, I think this data vac is hard to beat. It's not going to be quite portable, is it? So unlike this thing, kind of ground bound, whereas this you can just take with you. One of the big things when you're camping is you have to be able to get good sleep, which is hard to do on bare ground. Most seasoned tent campers who car camp will carry along an air mattress, queen size or whatever your tent will fit. Blowing those up manually is a bitch, so you need a blower. We used to carry these small electric pumps that you plug into the cigarette lighter extension in your car. Those took forever to blow up that mattress. It would take like 30 minutes. Now this thing, as you can see in Makita's demonstration, will blow it up in just seconds. Could end up being one of the major uses for these things besides dusting. It's one of the major uses I utilize the data vac for, but now this will take its place, and this will be right next to me at my desk side as always. It's very lightweight, using this 2 amp battery. The way I use it will be just very briefly like that, and so I believe this is all I'll need as far as battery. These 2 amp ones I think could be useful as walking around outside. As a drying agent, as a blower, as a duster, a way to blow up beach balls, inflatable rafts, mattresses, is just revolutionary. This section here is all rubberized. Here it says TPE, so thermoplastic elastomer, probably TPR. This section here is PAG GF30 glass infused Norol nylon. Very tough, fracture resistant, drop proof, but it all does have a 3-year warranty as well. This will soon be one of my most used Makita tools. It's been very highly anticipated. I was real happy to have gotten this rather early. Currently this version is set to be about $187 on announcement, but the price is inflated to about $255 taxed and shipped because of its high demand. If I was wise, I would have waited for it to come back down, float it back down to its announced price, and maybe I could have gotten it at $187 shipped and taxed. But I just couldn't wait.